Hello everyone, I am here today in the beautiful region of Comporta in Portugal at the Quinta da Comporta Resort, where I hold wellness retreats throughout the year. We just got finished with one, and so the energy is so high. I love it because this is really a place that I bring people together to support them in finding inner peace for the mind, body, and soul, and as well create a deeper inner connection to themselves and to nature. So if you're interested in those, definitely check out the links below, and for sure sign up for my email list where you will be the first to know for upcoming retreats, events, and content. But this video is not about that. This one is really to answer a question coming from the community about how we take care of our props. We use our yoga mats, our blocks, our straps, our bolsters, whether at home or in studio. And when we take care of them, they take care of us. And we want them to last the longest. So today, I'm going to share with you my little tips and tricks for how to take care of them and really keep them clean. So we will start off with the base, the yoga mat. Now for this one, very, very simple. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. To clean it, all you need is a dish towel or a microfiber towel and lukewarm water and just a little bit of soap. I just would be mindful to make sure that the soap doesn't have any oils or essential oils in it, because sometimes it does leave blotches and stains on the mat depending on the mat top layer. So all you do, mix the soap in the water, take the rag, and just gently wipe it down to clean it, and really lay it out to let it fully dry before you roll it up. If you roll it up while it's still wet, and you put it, for instance, in a bag or somewhere that's still a little warm, you run the risk of actually having mold come onto the mat, and we definitely don't want that. So simple water and take care of it like that. And as well, definitely be mindful, I know I did this by accident, is having oil and essential oil on your hands or on your face and then getting on your mat. Depending on the top layer, it could stain and leave marks that will not come out later. I've learned from experience. So I just always like to wash my hands before, take off my makeup, or just at least not put any oil on before I get onto my mat. Another thing is how we roll up our mat. And I see everyone doing this a little bit differently, but I'll share with you the way I like to do it and why. So when we roll up our mat, I recommend to roll the top layer on the outside. Why? Because then when we lay this flat, when we open it, this top layer, the edges are almost then a little bit bent in. And so then it lays very nice and flat on the ground before you practice. Whereas when I see it being done the other way, so the bottom turned inwards like so, and then starting to be rolled like that, like that, then when you roll it out, you'll see that the edges start to stick up. And then it needs a little bit to kind of flatten down, or you need to kind of keep pressing it down. So I always love to really have that top layer rolled on the outside. And some might say, well, the outside will then get dirty and it's better to roll it on the inside. My biggest recommendation, to do it like this, top on the outside, and then put it inside a yoga bag. Yoga bags are a really great way to carry our mats, whether we're going to a studio or to a retreat. And also at home though, even if you're not leaving home, they're a really great way to protect the mat from any kind of dust, sprays, anything that's going on in the home. So I recommend to put it inside a yoga mat and then store it in a cool, dry place until you next use it. So that is our yoga mat. Same with blocks. Blocks, you can just take that same rag, wipe it down with a light soap, light water, wipe it down, let it dry. I like to also store these in the bag. If you have a large bag at home, for instance, I have like a really large yoga bag at home, and then I just store the blocks in there so everything is protected at once. I store the strap in there and basically anything else that will fit in related to yoga gear. And in that way, it stays safe and protected inside the home. But blocks are really easy. For straps, you don't need to wash them too often, but when you see that, okay, maybe you have some sweat or maybe they are getting a bit dirty, you can just simply put these into a bucket with lukewarm water and soap, leave them in there, leave it in there for a little bit to soak. You can scrub it out in there, and then you just kind of, what is that called? Just squeeze it a little bit, get the water out, the moisture out, and then you just hang it to dry. And that's it. It's very, very simple. I have not yet experimented with putting these in the washer. I guess you maybe could, as long as you put it in a laundry bag and then really tie the metal strap. You kind of hunt it in and maybe put a rubber band there and put it on the hand wash cycle. I haven't tried it. Let me know in the comments below if you have and if you recommend that, but it's an idea. I've just put it in a bucket though with water, let it soak, scrub it out, let it dry somewhere, and that's it. And the bolsters, those are really easy. So usually on these, you have a zipper on the top or on the side. You open them up, you take them out, and you put them into the washer on the delicate hand wash cycle. So whether you're doing this or you're trying with the strap, always try the delicate hand wash cycle on the 30 or 40 degrees. I would do 30 with a soap that doesn't have, again, any oil base or any essential oils. And then you leave it to air dry. So that is that. That one's very simple. And those are our props. That is everything. Easy, simple, we don't have to complicate it, but we do want to take good care of these items because we do want them to last the longest. Another thing I do want to mention that I just realized is with the mat, once it's dry, you do want to make sure you roll it up, you store it. Do not leave it out in the sun. I've seen this time and time again ruin mats, especially depending on which texture it is. When you leave it in the sun, it can change the texture on the top of it. So I see sometimes that students and clients have them stored in the car and they don't have any bag or protection around them, and then the sun and the heat comes on them and they just dry up, the texture changes, the grip isn't the same, and then it's a pity because we just have to waste this mat and we don't get the same use out of it. So avoid keeping it in the sun, keep it in a darker area. If you're putting in the car, I recommend putting in the trunk and putting it in the yoga mat just so it doesn't get ruined in any way. So I hope that this helps you. Take care of your props and they will take care of you. And as well, I have a special discount code that I will leave in the comments below. And this is a discount code for Manduka items, and they have all the yoga mats, they have props, they have bolsters, they have all the things, and you can use that discount code for everything, and they ship directly to your home. So it's really nice. So I'll leave that down below, and if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, and maybe I'll answer them next time. Thank you, everyone.